Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I see a few comments coming in, sore heads. I had to control myself a bit last night, knowing I was speaking a few hours later with the football. Very exciting. So we're all in a good mood, I hope, obviously, unless there are the Germans on here as well. So good game all round. So thanks for joining me today. I want to talk about how big brands think when it comes to creative marketing and the opportunities for print. To do that, I need to go to the next screen, which is not working. Bear with me. Always the way. Yeah, how's that? Perfect. Okay. So to tell you a bit about, I'm going to tell you a bit about what I do to put it into context so we can then talk about marketing opportunities. I create smart and secure digital campaigns to engage consumers, drive action and alter purchase behaviors. So increasing sales, increasing penetration, getting consumers thinking about brands for longer and driving loyalty. Some of the brands we work with, big names there, Weetabix, Dreamies, Peperami, Sky. You probably recognize all of them. I'd love to say they're all my clients directly, but they're not, which is actually key to part of what I'm talking about today. Run some great campaigns for them. So just to give you a bit of insight into how the campaigns work. So in general, a consumer will go into a supermarket, they will buy a product, maybe they're loyal to that brand, or maybe they're not, or they've tried it, but there's a good promotion on there. So they want to buy the product, take it home, eat the product, drink the product, and enter a competition. So they might do that on their phone, they might do that on their laptop, tablet, and this is one that's live at the moment that we've built. So, and obviously the whole point is they win prizes, they become brand ambassadors, telling people on social, hey, I won prizes, and spreading the word while also buying the product. So where we come in, we actually strategize the campaign with my clients. We build the microsites. We generally don't do the graphics, but we can do. We then set the prize algorithms on who wins what prizes. So it might be 10 a day, it might be one top prize a day, it might be 100 prizes over the whole campaign. And we randomize that. So when people play, it then says, hey, you've won a prize or not, unless it's a prize draw where we just collect the data. We also then like to offer, I mean, we're quite big on gamification. So what that means is you run a game in association with the promotion to try and just make it a bit more exciting. So as you see on the screen on the mobile version, that was if you've selected that you bought the product at Tesco, you then have an extra chance to win prizes through a spin the wheel game. We then do the reporting and obviously the hosting, the full sort of service from that point of view. Just a bit more detail on another promotion we ran this year for Dreamies pet food. This is the typical registration form where we collect consumer data, mobile number, email address, accept T's and C's, or we get the customer to accept the T's and C's, and then they submit. And then as you see on the left, there's a graphic, are you a winner? And then you click the button and the animated crawl reveals whether you've won a voucher or a physical prize or an e-voucher digital prize. And then just one last one, Peperami, crazy promotion for a crazy character. Basically, you entered, you can win 2-for-1 vouchers, 2-for-1 entry at Alton Towers and Thorpe Park. They had a new ride that was really scary, and they wanted to sort of bring the animal back. It's a bit feisty. So they say, come on, let's go on the rides together. And basically you can win free undercrackers, free underpants. Long story, but ultimately you're going to need them on the scary rides. So what you do, you collect the 10 tokens, and then you can get your free underpants. So it's a bit of a collector scheme / loyalty scheme. And then there's other things like instant win campaigns as well. And then with the prizes and the underpants, our system plugged into handling and fulfillment to manage that and get the prizes out to the customers. So who do we work with? We work with agencies, shopper marketing agencies, small, medium size, who don't have huge worldwide offices, who then obviously are desperate to utilize their staff and do everything in-house. If you've got agencies that are, say, 10, 12 people, 5 people, they're very creative. They might build websites, but they don't do the intricacies of a promotion and know all the pitfalls. So they pull us in and often white label us, which, to be honest, I don't mind. And so we target project leads and account directors. And we also work with brands directly, mid-sized brands, those with small marketing teams, with budgets, obviously. If they're very small one-man bands, often they won't be ready yet for a promotion. And if they're big, then they usually use an agency, and you've got to get on the roster, and it's very complex to do that. So it's about targeting the right brands. And most of those names there are actually through the agencies, but I do have a couple of brands that we work with that are those mid-size brands. So we target marketing departments, activation departments, owners, and creative teams. So the opportunities are there, again, because of COVID, like a lot of people. I've got a relative who's got a business, a wig business, and his strapline is adapt beautifully. I love it. It kind of just works for nearly anything. We've all got to adapt. For myself, I'm seeing a lot of staff turnover in agencies and at brands directly, who have less experience. So bringing us in, and I've had a couple of those conversations already this morning, where you sort of become part of their team. You're bolted on, and then they sort of use you as a given and don't need to bring in further resource full-time when they don't know what's happening with the market. And ultimately for agencies, they're looking for experience, basically to make them look good. The agency staff want to look good in front of their branded clients and want the resource that can simply deliver and give that experience where it is needed. So it's about innovation. I'm probably not saying anything new to you guys. Again, the people I've already spoken to this morning, you're already looking at ways to collaborate and innovate. The USP obviously is key. And for me, it's the only way to sell and talk to people is to have new developments that I can talk about. Now, what I'll come to in a bit is that might not be my direct services. It might be, but you just need something to talk about, just to pick up a reason to pick up that phone and say, hey, have you tried this? Brands are looking for creative ideas, something new, looking for a way to market to a new audience. For me, less people may be going into stores now. So they've got to come up with other ways, and whether that's social media, it's critical. So you still need to do the dirty work of calling up and being in touch, but you need the substance behind you. So how do big brands think when it comes to creative marketing and the opportunities? Brands want fresh ideas. They want to bend their brands will bend their perceived rosters. So suddenly, oh, you're not on the roster, apart from Unilever, which I think a lot of people struggle with. Brands struggle to have specific resources, but then you've got to be on the roster and you're not. Now, I've been in the situation where I've then started working with a brand and they've said, well, we'll get around that. And a few weeks later, I've got some sort of new supplier forms to fill in, and suddenly you're on their roster. So don't be put off by that. Just obviously the bigger you're looking, the harder the challenge, but hopefully the better the reward. Agencies, as I say, they want you to make them look good. So with great ideas, deliveries, if you work with agencies or however you're set up, if you work with a third party and they're your food chain, just keep firing ideas off, new technology, stay in front of mind. Agency staff want an easy life. In my opinion, probably agency people out there, but keep everything simple, make it work, and then everyone is happy and delivery is smooth. A bit of a cheeky point, because I'm mainly in digital. My background's design, but I then went into the web, and then I got into the promotions sector. And it's the same, digital and print. We're all after the same thing. We're all after the innovation to sell something new and exciting, rather than just go and print off another A4 sheet or go and build another WordPress website. It's websites for me have become a commodity. So it's the marketing, it's the strategy, it's everything else that we all try and bring in together. So I'm just aware of the time, moving on. Full range of services, a lot in there. The last row, animated videos, price sourcing, fixed fee management and legals. This is for the promotions world. We don't do any of that in-house. And that's the whole point. It's offering more services, having more suppliers. I mean, this group is perfect because we're all looking to partner up with people and ultimately sell their services as part of your services. There's so many silos around, and if you can offer a service under one roof, even if you then relate to a third party, then it's fantastic. So on a bit of an epic front, we work with FMCG clients. To work with Epic, if you've got FMCG clients, that's fantastic. Any clients wanting to gain loyalty, customers, increase sales. But it's not just FMCG, it's branding, printing companies, stationery. We did a reward scheme for Avery labels, white goods. If you're trying to sell a hero product like the best American fridge freezer at £2,000, you can have staff incentive schemes, and that could be for printers. You just sell X amount of printers over a given time, and the special promotion one, they can be recorded on a system and the staff can get rewarded. So anything to do with rewards and loyalty is quite good. But the opportunity, obviously, is I'm sharing is for everyone, because there's obviously commissions. There's obviously the ability for people out there, if it suits you, obviously, everyone's in a different market, to say, look, we do all this printing. We can also run an online promotion and then use us as a white label service to deliver that, for example. I was speaking to, was on a group with the printer this morning. Fantastic ideas to have hidden codes in print. That's something I'd like to bring in and I'd like to offer my clients. So I don't need to say I'll go and speak to them. I'd run it all through me and then bring in new partners who I've met this morning. So it's not just about, it's just not one way, it's always how to just bring in those ideas and the infrastructure and the people, that you can make it simple for the brands to say, yeah, let's use you. You seem to do everything. You know everyone. You can get the printing in. You can get the website done. And that might be the same as POS in store. I'm looking to expand, offer, you know, if there's a promotion in store, to offer the graphics that could be created. I don't do that myself. So I would pull someone. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that will be with a hand up saying they do point of sale graphics. And personalization, again, spoke to people this morning who do a lot of personalization, and that is key in my world, to send out letters to people saying congratulations, you've won prizes. So it's all about collaboration, and everyone here, I'm sure, can use someone else in the group to say, we do this service, and then go and pull those people in. Makes you look bigger, makes you look better, and helps the brand stick with one resource. And you've obviously got fresh ideas to sell to those brands. So that's it in briefly summarized. I hope that is useful. And thank you so much for listening.
Okay, Neil, thank you so much for that presentation. And what's really pivotal, and talking to Neil previously, is that whether out there you are a supplier, an OEM, trade print, printer, there is a way that you can engage with this idea. So if you're a supplier or an OEM, you need to get your salespeople, your front of house people, to talk to printers, to trade printers, and get the message across that this gap has narrowed massively, especially over the last year. Companies such as Neil's, agencies such as Neil's, need bright ideas, fresh ideas from print service providers who have all of that incredible technical knowledge, know-how, and creativity. they need your ideas and your amazing products and what you can do to take their campaigns and really bring them to life and give them new tools in their armory to really impress their brand clients. So as Neil says, it's all about collaboration and stimulating that in the market. So thank you very much, one and all. We will now go back to the networking. You can find Neil on the floor plan when we go back, have a chat with him. And if you'd like to find out more about epay activation, they have a banner in the sizzling sausages section on the right-hand side.